Josh Loeser, thanks for coming in. Open up the season last week at Oklahoma. Your impression of your team?
I thought it went well. I mean, we kind of did something different this year. We typically have Rocky Mountain Open as the first meet of the year, and then we go to Oklahoma, and it's always garbage. So I think a lot of it had to do with, in the past, a lot of it's had to do with they get so up for Rocky Mountain Open emotionally, and they're exhausted the next week, like just physically and emotionally. We can tell every year after Rocky Mountain Open going in, because it's always Oklahoma, the next meet. And we can tell just that week, like their practices, we're like, man, this probably isn't going to be too good. And then it's not. But this year, I mean, it'd probably be hard to see as like from a spectator's point of view, but I think it definitely did help out putting that meet first. Typically when we go, like, we'll have one guy fall, and then the next guy, and then the next guy, and then the next guy. And, I mean, we still had more falls than we wanted, quite a bit, but it wasn't just back-to-back. The team didn't look demoralized, and that typically is what they look like at that meet. So, no, I think the theory behind putting that meet first so that drop doesn't happen, I think that did work. I feel like the guys weren't as prepared this year or as polished as they were last year for the beginning of the season. Maybe a little overconfident with how they finished last year, but plenty of room, plenty of time for them to get to where they need. So I think it worked well. So
absolutely. Patrick Hoops, a winner on the pommel horse. Kid's pretty good.
Yeah, he's very good. He won. I mean, don't get me wrong, Oklahoma's very good on pommel horse. They have one of the top guys in the country on pommel horse, but Patty fell, and so did their top guy, but Patty still was able to beat everybody else on pommel horse. He's just he's a different animal, very unique. Probably, I would put him up against anybody in the world, not just in the country. As long as if they did it, and if they could compete in a practice situation, I think he'd be up there. But we can just get him to calm down in meets and just do what he does in practice every day, and he'll get there. That was the first meet of the year, but yeah, he's a different animal, man.
Rocky Mountain Open this weekend. Colorado Springs men's gymnastics, people come out for this all the time. You got the Mavericks, the club team coming in, but also Oklahoma again and Nebraska. Do you think you'll see better from your team than maybe years past because it's the second meet?
That's what I'm interested in seeing. You know, like I said, the whole point behind putting Oklahoma first so they didn't dip going into it. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen with this competition, but I don't. The theory was if they can start at Oklahoma and not have that dip going into Oklahoma, this being the first home competition and being a bigger competition, I think it'll keep them from dipping going into this one. So, yeah, I'm anticipating better performance than in the past, hopefully.
Does your team get up for it? I know that the community here loves this meet because there's so many good teams.
They do. It's an exciting meet for them, mainly being a home meet. It's typically one of the larger crowds that we see at a competition. Not that that's huge, but typically one of the larger crowds we see at a competition. So they are usually pretty up for the meet, and I think they're going to do well.
Coach Loeser, thanks for the time. Good luck this weekend.
Yeah, thank you very much.